Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are in the world. My name's Jade, and this is How to App on iOS. And today we're taking a look at Loopy Pro 2.0. The update is finally here. It's by a tasty pixel. It's one of the best loopers, doors, slash, whatever you want to call it on iOS. So let's ode. You thought I wasn't here, but hello, welcome to the show. My name is Jade, and this is How to App on iOS. And of course, I hope you're doing, that's a bit close. I hope you're doing okay. Whoa, that was way too close. So yes, finally today, Loopy Pro 2.0 has hit us. It has been in beta for a very long time, and it is absolutely worth the wait. If you don't know what Loopy Pro is, I have previously done tutorials on Loopy. In fact, I even made an entire song in a 7-part series using Loopy to write, record, and release a song for my band Kindercore. So that came out, that was a thing, and we'll go back and have a look at that just to kick things off as a template, I guess. But one of the things about Loopy, so if you don't know what it is, it's a DAW, it's a sequencer, it's a loop station. There's so much to Loopy, it is just ridiculous. You can do so much. It's way too deep to be able to cover even in an hour show like this, but I did, as I said, do a tutorial when it first came out, which goes for about an hour and a half. It's pretty damn sweet. Hello Denise, hello Costa, hello Camp Gmail, hello Many Vibes. Boom, g'day to you and anybody who's lurking. So let's take a look. What is Loopy? How much is it? What's the deal? Let's get into that now. So Loopy Pro is free to download, but that doesn't mean it works. So you've got to pay you've got to pay for it to unlock it. It's not a subscription. So just so you know, it is not a subscription. You pay for it once and you own what you pay for. And normally, the original cycle of Loopy when it first came out was each year there would be an update, and if you would like to update and get the new features, then you would pay the fee to update, and then going forward you get to keep all of that until the next year when the update comes out and get all those new features. Yeah, so that's the model. But because this took such a long time to come out, it's been a bit over a year, more so, almost 2 years. So to download, everybody who downloads it for the first time, you'll get a 7-day trial. You just click the trial and you can mess about with it for 7 days. And if you don't want, you can say, hey, I don't want to continue the trial and don't continue to pay, but you get to try it out for 7 days. The price to unlock is $29.99 if you initially buy it first time. But if you have been a previous owner, like I am myself, and I've had it since, whatever, well, the upgrade is only $14.99, and you get all those new features. So, as I said, it's not a subscription. I think it's a really good model, the way they do this, because you pay for upfront, you get what you get, and then the next year you decide to pay the extra $15 to get all the extra stuff. And then if you pay that, you get to keep everything. So you never lose any of that stuff. It's never going away via a subscription, so anything like that. Hi, Dell. So that is the pricing structure of Loopy. Here it is. Let's open it up and get it on the card. So as I said, back in the day, so my initial tutorial for this, I did a huge hour-and-a-half tutorial, and then I did a 7-part episode where I made a song with it. And that song is for my band Kindercore. I can find the project here and show you. Where are you? Kindercore, Relentless Cruelty. So this is my project, and the beautiful thing is you're going to see, we're going to do a rough go over about loops and all this. So this is my entire project. These are all loops. But the beautiful thing about Loopy is you can use this screen and you can have your little mixer down the bottom here and play with that. But you can also use this as a DAW and so all these clips that you saw in those circles, they've all been put into like a DAW, like Logic or GarageBand or any other typical DAW, and you can control them this way and add the clips in. or come back to the donuts and tap donuts. I shouldn't call them that. They're not donuts, but you can tap individual pieces and I'll start playing. So we'll cover both of those. But this is the original track that I did with Loopy. Let's zoom in a little bit more. Can we do that, please? Just a little bit. And so this is a big project. You can see a lot of tracks in this. And yeah, let's hit play. All right, you get the idea of how this sounds. So yeah, don't think just, you know, typical looping or just like someone guitar or anything like that, just an acoustic and then some vocals over the top. You can do all that stuff. You can do typical looping stuff, but you can actually build full songs, separate it, all effects, all this stuff, but we'll get into this. Let's clear this out of here. So the top corner, hello, Gary Hubs and Bassline. Robbie Stingle, Many Vibe says, is there an auto record where you do not need a pedal? You don't need a pedal or anything with this. Yeah, there's a lot in here. Many Vibes. It's you're best off to watch the original tutorial I did on this, but because that covers everything. Jade will never cover it, but I like a loop pedal. My son, why would I cover a loop pedal? So I don't do hardware Costa. I don't need a. You know, here's the thing, man. Why would I fucking buy a loop pedal when I can use this? This is the ultimate. So this top corner up here, the little file folder, when you come up here, this is where all your projects are. This is where you keep all your projects. You can start a new project at any time. And what happens when you do so? It says discard your changes. Yes, that's cool. And you are presented with this. This is my template that is going to open each time. So every time I come up here, hit new project, it's going to do the same thing. It's going to bring this up. It's going to bring this up. So this setting here. Now you can change this as well, right? And I'll cover that shortly. You've got projects down here as well. There's a whole bunch of projects in here, like sample projects that teach you how to use this. So there's 8 projects in here with like how to use MIDI clip automation, circle songs, MIDI switcher examples. There's a whole lot of tutorials in here. So you can like load one of these, for example, and discard, and you get a whole lot of instructions on how to do this. You can close it at any time, and this one basically shows us we've got a keyboard here, and I can play the on-screen keyboard, and every time I touch the keys, this little sample up here is being triggered. So I can do polyphonic playing. Also, if I want to change halfway through, you can create buttons. So midway through a show, you're playing. Oh, what's going on there? Where's my camera? Give us a sec. One of my cameras has died. It's the overhead. Jesus. Oh, yeah. Let's get this sorted. Overhead camera. fucked. Anyway, it's on, but it's not working. I love technology. We'll give it one more go, see if we can get it working. It's our overhead split. Ah, man. Overhead camera. Fuck it. Whatever. I can't sit around fucking waiting around for this shit all day. All right, so I can't show you any overhead views. That sucks. Yeah. Hang on. Well, if he's still here, does Driven to Right know that nobody can tag him? Just so you know that. Just want you to know that. That because of the font that you have, nobody can tag you. Just so you know. I didn't know if you knew that. All right, so you can actually switch between instruments with these buttons, yeah? Is it back? No, it's not back. Yeah, it's because of the italics. Yeah, exactly. All right, so let's jump back over here, come back to a new project. So you've got, what I was trying to say there was you've got a whole lot of projects that you can look at to understand how all this works. So they've been very thoughtful with all that kind of stuff. So this is a looper, essentially. As I said, you've got projects up here. These are your recordings. So whenever you do a mix down of a song, your recordings will go there. Here you can import media, so from music library or document picker or any of this kind of stuff. Down here, this is where your projects are saved, so anything like that. But we just have this initial project, which when you first load up Loopy, you will get this. This is the basic setup of Loopy, and you've got all these colors. So these colors match up with channels. Again, I've gone through all this in the original tutorial. So all these colored loops here match up with the colors along here. And the thing that was the biggest update with I've lost my train of thought, man. The biggest update with Loopy is that now this was only an audio-based looper, so you could only import audio files, loops, but there was no MIDI. You could use a MIDI controller to play stuff in, but you actually couldn't record any MIDI. And that was a huge disadvantage. But now that has all changed because MIDI clips are now available. So to kick things off, I'm going to jump into, just quickly show you the screens here. So this is our little panel here. Now this doesn't have to have loops in it. It can have buttons, it can have sliders, it can have dials, which we'll get to. So this can be a huge template, and you will see many people make huge templates with Loopy. Down here is our mixer. So we can bring the mixer up, make it a bit larger. This is our mixer where our audio, so our audio colors, our inputs, and MIDI colors and inputs can be accessed. Also, here's our sequencer. This is where you can actually drag clips in and build a song with a sequencer. That can be accessed from down here. So these little pictures down here are your gateway to everything. So your mixer, you've got your sequencer down here. We've got an edit button and a delete button. So if I hit the little delete, all these loops are ready for me to delete if I want, which I can do this right now. You can actually go and delete them if you want. So remove the parts out of them. And there's that. But the main thing we're going to start with is the pencil over here. So the pencil puts everything into an edit mode. And you can come in here and you can edit to your heart's content. See all these clips? I'm going to delete them all. Very easy to delete. You just grab, drag, remove, and as soon as you drag across, you'll get a little setting here saying delete. And I can delete all that. So now when I get out of this edit screen, so the pencil is the edit screen down here. I'll get out the way. There's no loops. We've got nothing in here. High pausing guitars. Hugh, hey Hugh, what's going on? So if I bring up the mixer now, there's no more colors sitting here. All these colors are gone. We've just got a mic and an output. Yeah, so that's all there is. So let's come back to our edit screen. And in here, you can put so many different things. You can put in an audio clip or a loop, a MIDI loop like this. You can add a one-shot. Audio one-shot. You can add a MIDI one-shot now. And how you tell these apart is by the dots around. So you can see this clip has a solid circle and this one has a broken circle around it, which means this is MIDI, this is audio. And it's the same with the clips here. So this is an audio clip one-shot and this is a MIDI one-shot. So going from the bottom, we've added 4 of these already. You've got buttons. So this is just a button. I can move this around wherever I want and turn it into a button, make it do whatever I want. I've got sliders. I've got dials like this. I can drag this over here. Let's put all the dials up here. We've got rotary dials as well. We've got levels. So these are all widgets that you can just throw in here and assign things to. We've got XY pads. We've got a whole bunch of things in here like a clip slicer, button grids, radio buttons. We'll throw in a clip slicer, throw in some radio buttons. You've also got a dial like this that you can set to different things. Like you might have a guitar pedal, a guitar sim attached to this, and you might set it for presets. So I can just change presets just by dragging this little dial, and each one of these has its own little individual preset. You can go butt wild with this stuff. It's pretty crazy. Also, you can add text. And just say you want to put an emoji or something. So I could put an emoji in here like a little devil and save that. And now we've got this little emoji here. If I can grab it. Let's see if I can. Come here, you. He's over here and I can't get him. There he is. He's and you can drag these around. I haven't done a good job of that. Oh, sorry, I've got to be in edit mode. And you can drag these around. You can add text and move them. So you can actually make full templates. And the last one here, this, you can make tutorials. So I might want to say, right, put this in here, click next, and put in my own information, blah, 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 blah. And it will actually make a little tutorial thing that you can put information in so people can learn from this. Also, we've filled this whole page up with shit, right? So just say this is all filled up. You can have multiple pages. Over here with the plus, you can create a whole new page. So now we've got A and B, and I can start filling this up with clips if I want, just keep filling it. And now you can bounce between pages. So as you would imagine, if you have the time and dedication, you can get butt crazy creating these huge templates with buttons that turn things off and on, and it's wild. Some of the projects I've seen are just crazy shit. Let's come over here to this one. Just again, you can drag, kill any of these, delete. We'll come back to A over here. We can also do things like remove a whole line. See, because we're in edit mode, I could just tap this and remove the entire row, or just this row here. Delete a column. So the amount of customization is utterly ridiculous. Plus, let's just kill all these and put in some loops again. So we'll put in a couple of audio loops and a couple of, oops. Let's undo that. We'll do a couple of audio loops and a couple of MIDI loops and colors. So colors are super important. I want to define these from each other, right? So these are both going to be video clips. So you can tap on them. there's a little color swatch down the bottom. And look, I'm not going to lie. One of the best things about this update, I know it's really small and people are going to be like, is that it? Really? That excites you? Naming the fucking colors down the bottom is so good. I don't care what anybody says. I'm colorblind, and I'm sure there's other colorblind people out there. And sometimes just relying on yellows and limes when they're really bright, I can't tell the fucking difference. It just is what it is. So to be able to now hit blue, and then I know it's blue because it says it's blue. And then if I want to make these ones yellow, I can come over here, choose yellow, and then tap these and make sure they're all yellow. So there we go. We've got two video clips, two MIDI clips. They're all colored. And then when I jump out of the edit screen, I know what they are. I know I can see this is MIDI and there is our audio clips over here. They're colored. We come back to our section here. Let's talk about this section here. So in the old days with before this update, you didn't have MIDI, right? So you only had audio. As I said, the only way you could use MIDI was with an external keyboard to play in the MIDI. Yeah, you couldn't actually record a piano roll of MIDI or anything like that. And how it used to be set up was you basically had your inputs here, all your colors, and your output. Well, now because there's MIDI, everything's split up. So whenever you add a MIDI track, it gets placed at the front. So we've got a MIDI color and we've got an audio color. These can now actually even be dropped down. So there's little buttons here that you can go, I don't want to see all this anymore. And you can minimize them, which is just sick to be able to bring all these back and just focus on one section. That's just wicked. So to start off, we're going to record some stuff in here, obviously. Maybe we'll import a drum sample first. In fact, what I'm going to do is I'm going to come in here and just change the colors of these just for the sake of it. So we'll change this clip here to orange. Boom. And we'll change this clip over here to magenta. So we've got 4 different colored loops sitting there waiting for us now. Let's bring that back up. Okie doke. 2 audio clips, 2 MIDI clips. I want to bring in some audio first. So gestures, gestures are a really good way to fucking do shit, and I can't show it to you because my overhead camera is not connected for some fucking reason. I wonder if I can, hang on, let's give this, I'm going to give this one more shot. Overhead. Screen. It's a black screen. No shit. All right, let's try this. See if I can get my camera back. I just need it to do, hey, here I am, hey. All right, trying to fix the camera. So we'll give it one more go. If it doesn't work, well, I'm fucked, aren't I? These are a really important thing with Loopy. Why are gestures important? Because swiping. This is made for iPad, so obviously it's going to have things that work for iPad. So if any of these little loops here, if I swipe up, I get options for them straight away. So there's a whole bunch of options for this clip. And you can see it's got volume and balance and pitch and speed and rate, playback settings, recording settings, a whole lot of options, yeah? And that's just from a absolutely simple swipe. If I swipe down, it will clear the loop, which we'll show you in a second. But firstly, we're going to import something, yeah? So let's import some drums into this. So we're going to swipe up, and up the top here, there's a little download button, and we're going to go to our document picker. I'm just going to find a simple drum loop. Let's use this one. That'll do, I think. All right, let's hit play. So there's a little play button. You can preview this before you import it. This is your little pre-import screen. So I can hit play. Nice. Now I can edit this if I want before I import it. So it says it's 8 bars. I can drag this and make it only 4 bars if I want. There's a time stretch function here. Now the time stretching in Loopy is just fucking bananas. It's got so much better and better and better. Basically, if I have a 120 BPM project and I bring in this drum that is 90, it will time stretch it and make it fit. It just does it. It's so fucking clever. We haven't set any beats, so this is 90 and it's going to import it as 90. Import it. You can do whatever you want. You can pitch it, you can change it, you can, you know, if we hit play, in real time we can pitch it. Speed it up. So you got all these functions here, yeah? But I'm happy just with that, how it is. We've got a beat. So with our first loop here, if I tap it, it'll turn it off, right? So you can tell when it's off because it's not lit. And when it is lit, it plays. If I tap it while it's playing, you'll see it goes into this mode where it's saying, I'm getting ready to stop at the next round, yeah? So it's going to do that and stop. There we go. There's our drums. I'm going to grab a guitar quickly over here and hope everything's still working good. So I want to record a guitar in here and I want to record it into this loop here. So what are we going to do? Well, we're going to start adding things down the bottom. So down the bottom is one of the most important sections over here. And when you click on this, you are given a bunch of options like add a hardware input, add an audio unit, add an inter-app audio. Yes, it uses inter-app audio still. Add MIDI or add a bus. So for this, obviously I want to go through my audio interface. So I'm going to click add a hardware input. I'm going to choose input 2 on my mini fuse. And straight away, I got guitar coming through. Wicked. Right, so we've got guitar coming through here, and I'm going to want to record this into this loop over here. Now, there's a few ways you can do this. I can go straight into the, so we've got sections over here. I'll get out the way again. So these are your sources, right, up here. We've got effects, fader effects, post fader, and destinations. In here, I want to add some effects. So this is my track. I'm going to click the little plus, and let's search for something like Primo. Primo's pretty easy. Primo's a little guitar effects thing. And if I want to open this up, just tap on it, and there you can go full screen like any other app. Let's find a preset in here, something kind of funky maybe, like a clean. Nice. Now, what you can also do with this, which is super interesting, you can actually undock these, I do believe, and I can't remember how to do it. I think, is it this one? Yeah, so see this little button up here? You can undock this now. So if I click this, this will give you a small version or full screen. And if I click this, I can decide if I want it at the bottom or the right or the left. Let's say the left. And it now docks this effect. So I can get to it at any time sitting here over on the left. I close it. Nice. So you can actually move these things around. If I come back again and open up Primo, see how it's still docked over there? And then I can undock it. I can make it small, I can drag it around, so you've got plenty of ways to dock these things and work with them. But we're going to want to send this out to this loop here. We want to play this in here. So looking at this, this is the track that we're playing into. So just so you understand, this is we're playing into this, and it will be recording into this one right here. That's what we're wanting to do. Now these colors here, when I click on this, these are color destinations. So this means because both of these selected, if I unselect them, it won't go anywhere. But if I select them, that's saying that these two colors are ready to take on any form of recording. So I can go to any one of those. Pretty easy. All I got to do is start this playing. Get this let's start it recording. I'm going to tap. In fact, what we'll do is, now, I made a mistake there, right? So you see that? All I need to do to clear it is a swipe down. Swipe down and you get the message clear or re-record. Cool. Here's the thing. Our tempo up here is set to 90. Now we can change this. We can add a metronome in here. We can change the divisions. It's currently set to 4 bars, so it will record 4 bars at a time. But you can come into individual clips like this, swipe up, and I can say I want this clip to go for 2 bars. You can decide how many bars you want each individual clip to go for. So I'll just put that at 4, and it'll tell you up the top here. Yeah, 4 bars. Sweet, you're ready to go. Hit play. I've tapped it, so we're waiting to record. Once it gets around, it's going to be recording that. And it just... my timing wasn't very good there. Let's retake it. That's the thing. I can clear it. Still not the best. But you get the idea, okay? So the other cool thing about this is with my guitar, I can now overdub if I want. If I don't want to like record on the same section, on another loop, I can overdub. So if we hit play again, this time I'm going to tap with 2 fingers, and it's going to let me overdub. And now that has been overdubbed in there. So obviously you will get that. So you can do overdubs. Now you can overdub with MIDI. You can overdub with stuff like that. Let's get into some MIDI. And do that now. Let's come back over here. So we've got 2 audio tracks, but I want to put some MIDI in here. And we're going to start doing that right now. So there's a few ways you can do MIDI. Firstly, we want to add a way to put the MIDI in to this, because with everything in Loopy, you need inputs. So over here, these audio inputs, you can see the mics up the top. There's a mic there. There's our guitar in here. With MIDI, we need a MIDI input. So if we come down the bottom, we've got add MIDI, and we get all these new options, yeah? So we can actually use the on-screen keyboard, or I could use my keyboard, my physical keyboard. Or you could even use something like a MIDI, one of these MIDI apps like by the Chemol K, Bud apps or anything, or Scalar or anything like this. and you can choose those from here. But for now, we're just going to choose the on-screen keyboard because that's new. So here's our little on-screen keyboard. When I click up here, I get a keyboard. Look at this. And you can see it working because when I hit a key, we're getting a movement over here, yeah? So this is our keyboard. Now we need to send this keyboard somewhere. So let's send the keyboard to, I don't know, a piano. What are we going to need to do? We're going to come over here and add an AUV3 instrument. We can do that. Or what I can do is come over here and hit the plus here and then choose an AUV3 like piano tech. So you've got there's a few different ways to do things. If you see one way, there's normally another 12 ways to do things. So what have we done? We've added piano tech. It's created over here a new section called plugins with a piano. And look at that. So I should be able to play some MIDI in here. Really, I should be able to. And you'll notice paying attention to colors is super important. Colors is everything with a Loopy, yeah? That's why I was so excited to see them add writing here down the bottom because I'm colorblind. So over here on this keyboard, this basically is sending to magenta and yellow. Awesome. So that means straight away I can record MIDI in. It's going to pick up my keyboard. Maybe it was here. What happened? Oh, it's solo. Hello? Oh, it's because I'm using this. I forgot. You know what's... I keep going to use my external, but we're using the on-screen keyboard. Get it right. Hello, Feisty. What's happening? Good to see you. All right, let's come back over here. So we've got the on-screen keyboard. What have we got? We're playing in an E, I think. So let's hit play. Wow, am I out of tune that bad? I think I am. It sucks. All right, but oh man, if it was meant to go wrong today, it sure will. You know what I'm saying? Let's come in here and do this tuner off. Let's do this. Make sure we're in tune, eh? For the most part it was, I think. Dude, come on. Oh, this tune is doing really well. There we go. I guess we were out of tune. I'll retake this guitar, yeah? Glad this isn't a normal daily show where I only get like an hour. Okay, let's try doing that again. So we'll jump out of this. We'll bring our thingos back. And let's retake this. Again, so easy. Swipe down, clear, and we're good to go again. All right, let's record this. That's better. And that'll do. So let's get back to our piano. Yeah, it's not perfect. It is what it is. So, is that going out of time? I don't even know. So what I'm going to do next is we're going to tap on this one here and we're going to record some MIDI notes in. I'm not doing anything perfect, just to show you how to record these notes in. Let's hit play. And now you can see this MIDI track's waiting to go. Okay, so what we've done now is we've recorded this MIDI in here. Did it all with the on-screen keyboard, and that's great. Now, we should be able to just play back, yeah? And what will happen is we're going to hear that MIDI played back. No, that's not happening. Why is that? Why is that? Well, let's take a look at why. So this has been recorded onto this track here, this MIDI color here. And it's now essentially this little yellow loop has all the MIDI data in it, but it's not making any sound. So basically you have to come down here to your destinations, hit plus, and now send this back to the piano. So now if I click piano here, and now we play back. So just so you understand exactly what's going on here, here's our MIDI input. This is our keyboard. So this has the piano attached to it. That has created this plugin channel. So this is where the piano app is. We've played notes from this into this track, which gives us here this little loop. And now we need to send a destination back to this so we can actually hear the piano back. What's really cool is the automation. So let's talk about this. I've played this in and it's not perfect, but with a swipe of my finger up now, we can come down here. We've got all this MIDI in here. See all this? So it shows you all the MIDI that you've put in there. You can change the volume, the balance, the pitch. You can do all this same stuff. But if we scroll down to playback settings, we can come in here and quantize this. So now beat quantization, and we turn this on 16ths. And now it's going to shift all those notes to be all quantized. But hey, I hear you. You may not want to play piano. You may not be into playing keyboard and doing the on-screen keyboard. You may be more comfortable adding in notes yourself. Well, you saw before when I swipe up on the loop. And we've got these options. There's a little pencil above here. There is now a full piano roll for you to do so. And there's, if we scroll down, here's all these notes. We can come in and quantize them if we want. We can select notes. So you've got a little tool down the bottom here. And we can select whatever notes we want. We can draw more notes in. We can change the velocity of all these notes. It's what you expect from a piano roll. You can play along here. Oops, I didn't want to do that. Undo. So you can play the notes along the side, and you can just play in chords. Completely up to you. You can add more notes in here. Turn this on. Boom, boom, boom. So now when we play back. Also, you can come in here and undock this as well. Completely up to you, right? So you've got a whole lot of options for quantizing, editing, all this stuff. You can get in here and edit to your heart's content. You can change the from 16ths, so you can your beat quantization, so that appears up here. There's look, there's just so much you can do. It's ridiculously deep and crazy. So the next thing I want to show you is polyphonic clips. Polyphonic. So for this example, I'm just going to come in here and go into our editor and load up a what do we do? We'll do let's load up an audio clip. So this is an audio clip, and we'll jump out of this. And from here, I can add in like anything I want. Yeah. So let's swipe up and go over here to download. Let's import a file or a loop, some kind of loop we can find. Let's do this. We'll come over here to my loops, and we'll find like some kind of note. Lo-fi. Let's go waves. One shots. We're looking for synth one shots. We'll just pick one at random. I don't even know what it's going to be. Whatever. Let's just load it. So there's our one shot. Again, we can change this. We can make it suit the tempo. It says here the original tempo is 97, but when we import it, it's going to change that and make that fit to our tempo. Yeah. So what you can also do with these clips is use a keyboard to work them. So if we bring this up, here's our clip. When I tap this, we get that bizzo come out. And, oh God, I've forgotten how to do this now. Yes, do what Leela says. Download it and grab it because it is good. It is so good. What are we doing? So, we've got our keyboard connected to this now. So with this loop, we can come in here and we can actually control this one shot. So let's jump out of here. And we want to come in. Am I doing this right, man? I'm having such a bad morning today. I really am, guys. Struggling. The show nearly didn't happen. Nearly didn't happen, but here we are. So now I want to connect a keyboard to this. And we want to come down here and send this out to, let me just get over here. We want to send this out now to, let's just kill this, delete, and we can send this to colors. Right? So remember, color is super important. Look at all the places you can send this to audio clip, to colors. But we want to play an audio clip this time. So we've got an audio clip in there. If I tap this, it allows me to pick whatever audio clip I want. So I'm going to pick this little one here. And now, where are we? We've got that's set up. We've got our audio clip. Bring that audio clip back. Come on, bro. And you can hear that, right? So now that keyboard is going through to our, let's just remove this. So that sample now is being played. And let me show you that. So every time I tap a key, you can see that sample being played. So now I can play polyphonic chords. Wicked. But you'll notice every time I play one of these chords and or notes and let go, it stops straight away, yeah? And I don't want that. I want it to ring out a little bit. Well, swipe up. And if we scroll down, there are you've got playback settings, and one of the playback settings here is a fade in and fade out. Let me show you that. So if we add a little bit of fade out to this, say 1.3 seconds, and now every time I hit the keys and let go, sounds beautiful. Now we could actually play this in to whatever we want. So we could say, play this song and just jam. we could even play this into another clip. So we could come over here, add a brand new audio clip, give it a whole new color. So we'll make it, you can add more colors as well. So we'll make it purple, tap it, and we can actually play this into this clip here. So let's drop this keyboard for a second. And now we're going to want this. So we're going to want the piano, that to go out there. We want that to go into this one. So here we go. Let's send this out. But what's happening? Can you see what's going on? We're not actually sending anything out into that. So we need to send this now out into the, so we need to record this into a clip. Sorry, I thought that was for me. So what I'm going to do, so you can record clips, you can record MIDI from this. So I could record the MIDI into another track here. So if I come back down here, I could set this to record. If I had it set up right. Fucking hell, Jade. All right. Hang on a minute. Hang on a minute. I'll be back. Okay, sorry about that, guys. All right. Man. So if you don't know, just to clear things up, I'm not well at the moment. I'm actually due to go in for a surgery very soon. And getting a lot of head spins and stuff. So if this stream ends a little bit early, we can redo it or something like that. And I'm just not right today. Let's try something else. Let's create a brand new project. I want to show you something else about projects too. So, oh man. Whew. Let's do this. Let's come back over here and focus, Jade. What's going on with my brain? All right. So we're going to create a new project and I'm going to remove all these. I'm going to clear all this out. I want to show you how to use automation. Yeah, we're going to do some automation. Let's see if I can get through this at least. Jesus Christ. So I'm going to create in here we're going to import that same drum. So we're going to add a clip. We're going to add a MIDI clip and we're going to drag this up here. I'm also going to add an XY pad. So let's try this and I'm going to shrink this down. This is the other thing too with clips. You can actually shrink them, make them small. If you don't like the round clips, if you don't like round clips, you can make them rectangular, you can make them square, you can make them really big. So it's completely up to you how you resize all this stuff. You can resize pretty much everything in here. Right, so we've got our little template here. This has got an XY pad, it's got a clip, and we're going to try and automate some bandwidth stuff. Hopefully we can pull it off. So to kick off, I am going to swipe up, and we're going to add a loop, just a drum loop. Keep it simple. Let's bring in All right, let's bring in this drum loop. I will try this one actually. Let's bring in this. I'm going to bring this down to 4 bars, and we're going to import this. So here's our drum. So basic sample. Man, something's not right. Anyway, hang on. Right. All right. So here's our sample here, this color. So this is an audio file, and I want to add an effect to it. So you can add any effect you want to these. Yeah, I'm going to add a bandpass filter. So now when we play this back, it's not as clear because we've got a bandpass filter on it. Let's come back over to our edit selection. I want to connect this to this so we can mess about with the bandpass. So when I click on it in edit, we get bandpass. It's already set to center and Q. So let's just keep that. So now when we get out of edit, you can see we've got a bandpass filter. But I want to automate this. Is it possible to automate this? Well, I hope so. So what we're going to do next is go back into edit. I'm going to tap on this and hit customize. Now down here in customize, you can do so many things. Like if I get into the minutia of all the options and things you can send at places, we'd be here forever. It's ridiculous. But you can see here, this is the X value for this is set to center for that bandpass, and the Y is set for the Q. You can add more by hitting plus. And I'm going to search for MIDI and choose send MIDI message. So now I want to send MIDI messages, and we're going to change this to, basically it's on channel 1. We're going to leave it at 0 for now. That'll be fine. And we need a target. And that target is going to be this yellow clip, which has the drums in it. Now, instead of going and doing that, so now you can see we've got 2 actions in here. Instead of going and doing that underneath, I can just hold down on this, copy, come over here, hold down, and paste this in. And then just come in and change this to CC1. So what has that done? Right. I can move this about. That's nice. But what can I do over here? I'm going to hit record on this, and I'm going to start moving this XY pad. And look at that. We are drawing in automation live into this clip. It is ridiculous. It is ridiculous the kind of thing you can do with recording MIDI automation in here. You could send this to anywhere. You could send this outside of Loopy into something like AUN. It is so ridiculously cool. But at the moment, it's not sending this MIDI back here. It's not doing anything. It's recorded. You need to bind it. So if we come over here to actions, we've got control settings. If I scroll down, we've got a profile here, and we need to add a new binding. So if I add a new binding, and I need to search for a widget, trigger widget. Now, here's the target. Here's the widget. We click it. XY pad. Can you hear it already moving? It's already moving. Rad. So you can choose the, we've chosen the target there. This is the X value change. That's all good. Save it. Now we can come in and add another action. So you can see this is sending to C0, C1. Add another action. Let's do a widget. Trigger a widget. And for this one, we're just going to do the Y value change. I didn't save that, did I? Let's do the Y value. Save. And there's our movement, right? How cool is that? So automation through this as well. It's just so good. So there's been improvements to groove. So as I said in the beginning, the quantization's been improved heaps and heaps. Hi, Jim Shannon. Who else have I missed? Anyone? Fuck, my brain. Something's wrong today, I'll tell you what. The mix has been set up so we can see even better now with collapsing groups. So easy to collapse groups, so we've got a neater look at everything. Yes, you do get a trial month. For this, hang on, what do you get a trial month for? Oh, it's not for this. It's 7 days with this. Anyway. Ultimately, the ability to use MIDI with this is just fucking brilliant. And again, there's so much more I could go into, but you know, within an hour's time, there's just not enough to do. Oh, I want to show you this too, because this, when you create a new project, every time it's going to load up like this, right? But you can change that. You can decide how your project loads each and every time. So let's just come in here, go to our pencil icon, and let's just remove all of these. I just want to show you how to set up a template for yourself, because, you know, having to do this each and every time gets a bit repetitive. So for me, I like to use maybe 1, 2, 3 clips, and let's make all of these circles. Hang on, let's do this. Wow, brain. For real? Delete. What are we going to do? We'll change the size of these. Make them circles. So I'm going to put three audio clips in here. And I'm going to do 3 MIDI clips. 2, 3. And drag. Actually, we'll just do 2 MIDI clips. We'll get rid of this one. Say goodbye to you. And we can change all the colors. Let's do that. So we'll change colors. We'll go with orange for this one. For this one, we'll go with yellow. For this one, we'll go with lime. This one, we'll go with blue. And this one, we'll go with magenta. So there we go. We've got 5 loops set up, ready to go. And for me, this is a really nice template because we've got 2 MIDIs ready to go, 3 audios ready to go, and that's it. I can just start recording in. So how do I save this template? I'm going to come up here and rename this and just call this Jade's template. Like so. Hit save. Hit save again, and you'll notice a little star comes up here. Now, if I click this star, this makes this project a favorite. So each and every time, let's load a different project. See that? Let's come down here, load a different project like this. Hit play. This is something I made last night. Cool, we get the idea. Now, if I come over here to projects and hit new project, there we go. There's my project, all ready to go with the right things that I wanted. Everything's all in the right place, and I can just start going. If I want to get rid of this, if I come over here, you look at your projects, you'll see as soon as I unfavor this, hit close, and do a new project, we're back to this. So you can essentially come into any of these projects, and as soon as you put a star next to them, that is going to be your opening new project every single time, yeah? Which is just, yeah, it saves so much time coming back to do all that stuff. So let's just open up that project I just had there for you guys. I want to just quickly, before we get out of here, show you this baby. So we've got 4 tracks here. Now at any time, this is the sequencer. At any time, I can just come in here, tap on any of these lanes, and it will add in the loop. So I can start building a song from here. So we've got drums down here. Let's start off with drums. And I think we've got bass in here. Let's hear. Now that's the guitar. So that's the piano. Let's kill this. Boom, boom. And from here, you can actually drag a clip by the handle anywhere you want, or stretch it out as far as you want to. So we can come in here, we'll tap on this, stretch it out, and then I might want to put in the piano next. So we'll put that here. We can drag it like so, stretch it, and we might want the guitar to come in, say about here. We can drag that there and stretch that out. So now we're running pretty much like Logic or GarageBand, as long as this little sequencer button is on. If this is on, it will run via this. If it's off, it will run via the loops and what you've got selected via loops. So there's that. Hit play, go back to the start. Now I might want to, I'd be quite happy with this. I can export this just like you would a normal piece of music. I can do a stereo mix, and it's going to make me a stereo mix, and I can save that to audio share now, and look, there you go. Right. So you can do that, or you can even come in here and send this out as a multi-track. And if we save this, it's going to save this to my files. Come over here to, where are we saving this? I don't know where it's going to save it to. We'll save it into my downloads. Let's just do that. Maybe. And now, if we jump into the Files app, we should have in here, hopefully, fingers crossed, a folder full of files. Look at that. And now we can drag these in to something like Logic. We can start so, you know, a lot of people do this. They will put together their loops and everything in Loopy because they're comfortable playing like that and putting it all together. But then they take the stuff and move it into Cubase or into Logic. Let's go over here, create a new project, create an audio track, boom, and we can just start dragging these in. Yeah, simple as you like. Boom, off we go. Drag your clips in like so and start building over here. I think it's the right BPM. So a lot of options for doing that. I think what we're going to do is, let's do this. Let's call this an introduction. I think what we're going to do is do another proper show on this once I'm a little bit more, man, everything that was prepared for today has gone out the window. So the main takeaway for this absolutely today is that Loopy is now fully MIDI compatible, and that has been just so long overweighted for, and people are very happy about it. I'm very happy about it. Just the ability to come in and edit clips from here and use your piano roll and put all this stuff in, it makes life so much easier. And you know, hey, you can send this MIDI to an audio clip. Lastly, let's go over just a bit of fun with some more widgets. I just want to play with a couple of widgets. So let's do this. We've got these tracks here. We're going to go into edit. As I mentioned, some widgets. buttons. Here's a button. When you click on a button, you can decide where you want to send it. Look at all these options you get. A press, a release, a press and release. If I hit press, I can say, I can do whatever I want. I can say, let's scroll. You've got color actions, play color group actions, play effect actions, audio source actions, MIDI actions, bus actions, trigger a widget, switch pages. Look at all, it's just ridiculous the kind of things you can do with these buttons. I could say, what do we got? Clock. We could adjust the tempo. We could do a tap tempo, right? So with this, now, if I come out of here, this will now be a tap tempo button, right? So as I tap it, watch the tempo up here in the corner. There you go. It's now 121. If I tap it fast, there we go. You can see how it time stretches to try and fit in real time. Real time. So that's just a button, yeah? There's so many more things you can add. You can add like dials. So if we come into this dial, we can say with a value change, when it's turned up, we can affect like a clip action. Let's say adjust a parameter. So we can say target all clips to go up in volume, right? You can decide individual clips. All these things are so cool. We've got this dial here. This is a continuous dial. So this dial will continue. This is a rotary dial, so it will just go over and over and over and over again. Again, you tap on it, on value change, on press, release, double tap, whatever you want. You can send it to wherever you want. And you can build some crazy stuff with this. Even sliders, like we can come into this one, at a value change, we can adjust a parameter, a color group. You can even go in to like effects. So if I had an effect on here, let's jump out of this quickly. You can see I've got our tether in here. So we've got our tether. We can come in and even affect our tether. So if we do this, let's jump back out of here into our clip with a value change. What do we do? AU. So adjust an AU audio unit parameter. And I can come in here, select which one. So we'll do, I don't know, you can do fretless bass, you can do piano tech, and you can change the conditions in here. We can change the morphing, we could change a sustain pedal even, right? So you can turn these things up, send it wherever you want. Let's do the sustain pedal. So now that's targeted. So you can do all this crazy stuff, even slicing. Let's cover slicing quickly. Oops, not that one. Let's get rid of that. Delete. These ones down here, this used to only have one option, just the clip slicer. Now we've got button grids and button radios. So what is button grids and button radios? We'll cover that in a second. Here's your clip slicer. You can send this clip slicer to the drums. So there's our drums. And now it will automatically slice it up for you. So now when I get out of edit, just by tapping these, we've split up this loop over here, and now it's, and you can get crazy. You can change this to how many you want. Look at, you can make hundreds of them or just a few of them. And again, change size. Now the difference is with these clips down here, the button grid allows you, it's basically, I'll show you. It's basically this button, which you can turn things off and on, but with lots of them. So you can come in and pick a whole lot of buttons. And I could say this button on press does solos a track. It solos the all clips. So we could solo all clips or a specific clip. So say the drums, come out of here, back to solo. And now when I'm playing, This button over here should solo the drums. Tap it again, and everything should come back in. It's ridiculous how much you can do. So just to show you the difference between this one and the third one, which is called radio buttons. Radio buttons, they're a little bit different, where this one you can have multiple buttons pressed at the same time and have different actions happening. Where this one, the radio one, whenever you click a different button, then the last button becomes inactive. So it's only a one button at a time with these. So you could put in 10 guitar presets, one here. So we could come in here and choose select. And I could say, what's the guitar? I've got audio unit parameters. So you can come in here and change, adjust MIDI parameters, audio unit parameters. So select an action and a target. You can come in here and change anything you want. So you could pick a different preset. So each time it comes in here, action, toggle value, nice, target, piano tech. And then you could go through all the presets that they have, if they have presets. I can't remember if this has presets. And you could just store all your presets like that. It's pretty. Look at all the shit you can do. It's fucking crazy. I mean, even this, I didn't even cover this. The last thing I'll do, again, I know it's been a bit scattered, guys, but is what it is. The last one, we've got these MIDI clips over here as well. Let's just load up a MIDI clip. I'm going to drag this over here and stretch it. So with MIDI clips like this, you can then click on this. And what we want to do is here, I want to swipe up. Oop, I got rid of it. We want to swipe up, and you can come into these MIDI clips. One sec. You can come into these MIDI clips. Sorry about that, guys. And draw in notes. So we might draw in some notes here. And we'll exit this. And you can see when I tap on this now, this one-shot MIDI clip, you now have, you could set up like 10 of these with different chords in them and play them, right? Resize it. So you could come in, completely resize it and have like 10 of these tiny little clips like this. And each time you tap on it when you're performing live, it's just phenomenal how much you can absolutely do with this. Again, like I said, there's a whole lot of cool little projects in here for you to check out. Let me see. We'll close out with one of them. We got this really cool one in here. Just so this is the one that when you upgrade, you'll get to see this. This is the showcase, the MIDI showcase. Let's just close this. And you can see exactly what's happening here. Let me show you what's going on. So here we've got a sample. Yeah, so just a one-shot sample. Here we've got another sample. And what has been made is these buttons that play different parts of that. And over here, so you can see when you swipe up on something like this or go into edit, you can see what's going on. So send C4 note to orange. So you can actually put notes in here. We've got some MIDI clips in here as well too. So these are over here. We've got an XY pad. If we hit play, live, It's just so good. It's really impossible to show you how to do everything in a short video, but that is Loopy 2. It's super exciting. The possibilities are absolutely endless. As I said, go back, watch my original tutorial. You'll get a better understanding, and the MIDI stuff is pretty easy from there. What can I say? Awesome stuff. It's so good to see it finally released. I put it up there with AUM. Yeah, it's so unique. There's nothing else like Loopy. AUM, there's nothing else like AUM. And they just play so well because it's got interrupt audio. I mean, you can use it with AUM. The possibilities are so fucking wild now. It is just brilliant. All right. Thank you for putting up with me today. I don't know what is going on. Hopefully we'll see you tomorrow back here for the creative hour. What are we doing tomorrow? I think tomorrow we're doing something really stupid tomorrow, which is not surprising for this channel. The show, what was I talking about? It was a show, wasn't it? Yes. This, tomorrow, we're doing the creative hour, 1 hour song challenge where I made a song, I put it into Suno, and it gave me back my song in a different thing, and then I'm going to take that song and I'm going to put it into Logic, and I'm going to rewrite that song in an hour and make fuck AI music. Anyway, that's what's happening tomorrow. So hopefully you can come and join us for that. All right, do the things that make you happy, folks. Mistakes make you better. We'll all rise together, stay awake, and happy Friday. Mr. Smith is coming up in about half an hour's time. I'll dump you over there. And, yeah, stay around because there's lots of entertainment. You've got Mr. Smith. You've got after that Pole Vault and Sunshine Archer. Then you've got Laurie's Mishmosh. And then you've got Gary Hubs. And then you've got Leela. And there's so much. It's ridiculous. Have fun. Enjoy yourselves. Don't take life too seriously because you never know when it's going to end. Let's Oj!